Okay. Good morning, students. In the previous class, we discussed about definition of force, inertia, types of inertia, and also Newton's first law of motion. Okay. What is the statement of Newton's first law of motion? Every body continuous in its state of rest or uniform motion along a straight line unless it is compelled by an external force is called Newton's first law of motion. Before going to the Newton's second law of motion, we have to know about the linear momentum. What is the linear momentum? How to change the momentum? Okay. Linear momentum. Linear momentum. Linear momentum is denoted by symbol P. Linear momentum is denoted by symbol P. Linear momentum is nothing but the quantity of motion contained in an object. The quantity of motion contained in an object or a body is called linear momentum. Or it can also be defined as, it is defined as the product of mass and its velocity of the body. Mass of the body and velocity of the body is also called as linear momentum. Generally, the linear momentum is defined as, it is the quantity of motion. Linear momentum is the quantity of motion contained in a body is called linear momentum, or it can also be defined as, it is the product of mass and its velocity. Mass and product of mass and velocity of the body. Velocity of the body. Mass and velocity of the body. And momentum is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. Vector quantity. And it is denoted by symbol P. Momentum. Momentum is equal to, momentum can be measured by mass of the body and velocity. Product of mass of the body and velocity of the body. Therefore, it is denoted by symbol P. And mass of the body is denoted by M. Velocity of the body is denoted by V. Therefore, momentum is a vector quantity. SI unit of momentum is, SI unit of momentum. SI unit of momentum is equal to, SI unit of mass is kg. SI unit of velocity is meter per second square. Meter per second, not second square. Meter per second. Kg meter per second. Kg meter per second is the SI unit of momentum. Okay. And what is the dimension of momentum? Dimension of momentum. M to the power of 1, N to the power of 1, T to the power of minus 1 is the dimension of momentum. Is the dimension of momentum. And the other unit of momentum is Newton second. Newton second. For example, momentum can be Newton kg meter per second square is the Newton. That is equal to Newton. This can be written as kg meter divided by second into 1 over second. not momentum. SI unit of momentum is kg meter per second, and the direction is m to the power of 1, n to the power of 1, and e to the power of minus 1, and it is a vector quantity. It can be calculated or measured by P is equal to mass into velocity. P is equal to mass into velocity. Mass into velocity. Okay. And next is how to change the momentum. Momentum can be changed by applying the force. Momentum can be changed by applying the force. Applying the force. By applying the force, we can change the momentum of the body. Momentum is nothing but quantity of motion contained in a body. Any body is in motion, it has some momentum. Okay. For example, ನಾನೀಗ ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನನಗೀಗ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂತಂದ್ರೆ according to the definition of linear momentum, the quantity of motion contained in a body is called momentum. Any body is in motion, it has some momentum. Because I have some velocity, I have some mass, therefore mass into velocity gives momentum. Okay, mass into velocity gives momentum. For example, if I consider two bodies, A and B, if I consider two bodies A and B, mass of both the bodies is same. Case 1, mass is same, but velocity is different. Velocity is different. Okay, velocity is different. Therefore, P1 is the momentum of the first body, that is equal to mass is m, velocity of the first body is v1. P2 is the momentum of the second body, and mass of the body is m, velocity of the body is v. Velocity of the body is v2. Therefore, mass is same, is nothing but m is equal to P1 divided by v1. Mass is same, is nothing but P1 divided by V1. Similarly, m is equal to P2 divided by V2. P2 divided by V2. Here m is there, here also m is there. Equate these two equations. Therefore, P1 divided by V1 is equal to P2 divided by V2. P1 divided by V1 is equal to P2 divided by V2. Therefore, simplify this equation. The ratios of momentum of two bodies P1 divided by P2 can be written as V1 divided by V2. P1 divided by P2 is equal to V1 divided by V2. Therefore, from this equation we can finalize P is proportional to V. P is proportional to V when m is constant. When m is constant. Therefore, the graph of momentum versus velocity. This is momentum V and this is velocity. P is directly proportional to V. It has straight line. For m is constant. P is proportional to V. This is the graph we look like when we consider two bodies of same mass, but they are moving with the different velocities. Therefore, momentum of the first body is mv1. Momentum of the second body is mv2. Here m is same. Simplify the m. M is equal to P1 divided by V1 and m is equal to P2 divided by V2. Equate these two equations. P1 divided by V1 is equal to P2 divided by V2. The ratios of momentum of two bodies P1 divided by P2 is equal to V1 divided by V2. From this equation we can finalize P is proportional to V when m is constant. and the graph of P versus V is a straight line. It indicates P is directly proportional to V. If P increases, momentum, velocity increases, momentum also increases. Momentum also increases when M is constant. This is the first case. Okay. Next is second case. Case 2. If I consider two bodies of different masses, moving with the same velocity, and what is the ratios of momentum? Here, two bodies of different mass moving with constant velocity. Therefore, momentum of the body A is P1 is equal to mass is different. M1 into velocity is constant V. M1 into V. For body B, P2 is equal to M2 into V. Simplify V. V is equal to P1 divided by M1. And here V is equal to P2 divided by M2. Equate these two equations. P1 divided by M1 is equal to P2 divided by M2. P1 divided by M1 is equal to P2 divided by M2. Simplify the ratios of P1 divided by, make it as P1 divided by P2. P1 divided by P2 is equal to M1 divided by M2. P1 is directly proportional to M1, P2 is directly proportional to M2. Therefore, P is directly proportional to M. Momentum is directly proportional to M when V is constant and graph for P versus M. Is also a straight line P, and this is M. It is also a straight line P proportional to M. When V is equal to constant. Okay. And third case. If momentum is constant, two particles of mass M1 and another one is M2 moving with different velocities V1 and V2, but momentum is constant. Momentum of the particles are constant. Two bodies, case 3, two bodies of same momentum, but different mass and velocity. Consider a body A moving with momentum P and another body moving with momentum P, but mass of the body A is M1 moving with velocity V1 and mass of the body B is M2 moving with velocity V2. Therefore, P is equal to M1 V1 is the momentum of the body A and P is equal to M2 V2 is the momentum of the body B. Therefore, equate these equations. M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. Make the ratios of M1 divided by M2 is equal to V2 divided by V1 or V1 divided by V2 is equal to M2 divided by M1. From these equations, we can write V is inversely proportional to M when constant. Momentum is constant and P is constant. Okay. Therefore, graph of P versus V versus M. This is V and this is M. If M mass increases, velocity will be decreases exponentially. Velocity will be decreases. V is inversely proportional. 1 over M and P is constant. And P is constant. This is the graphs for when two bodies of mass M1 and M2 moving with velocity V1 and V2 with constant momentum. With constant momentum. This is about the momentum of the body. And direction of momentum is in the direction of velocity. Direction of momentum. Direction of momentum is in the direction of velocity. Direction of velocity. Okay, this is about the momentum. After that, now we move to the Newton's second law. Newton's second law. What is Newton's second law of motion? Somebody says F is equal to ma is called Newton's second law of motion. That is wrong. F is equal to ma is the extension of Newton's second law of motion. Okay. But the statement for Newton's second law of motion is the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to applied force and the displacement takes place in the direction of force. Okay, that is the statement of Newton's second law of motion. Newton's second law of motion. This is very important for all your examination. State Newton's second law of motion and derive F is equal to ma and derive F is equal to ma. Newton's second law of motion. Statement the rate of change of momentum. The rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. Directly proportional to the applied force. And the displacement takes place in the direction of force. And it takes place in the direction of force. Our momentum takes place in the direction of force and takes place in the direction of force. Let P be the momentum of a body. P is equal to momentum of a body. P is equal to momentum of a body. And F is the force applied on a body. Force applied on a body. dP divided by dt indicates rate of change of momentum. Rate indicates time. Rate of change of momentum. Therefore, according to the statement of Newton's second law of motion, force is directly proportional to rate of change of momentum. Rate of change of momentum. And this force is indicated by F is proportional to dP divided by dt. dP divided by dt. To remove this proportionality, we add a constant. F is equal to K times of dP divided by dt. If K is equal to, where K is the proportionality constant, K is equal to proportionality constant. If K is equal to 1, then force is equal to dP divided by dt. dP divided by dt. We know that P is equal to m into v. P is equal to m into v. Substitute this value to this equation. F is equal to d by dt. D by dt indicates differentiation. Mass into velocity. Where mass is constant, we take mass is constant and take it out from the differentiation. F is equal to m into dV divided by dt. We know that dV divided by dt is nothing but rate of change of velocity. But dV divided by dt is equal to rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. A. Therefore, F is equal to m into v. This statement is called Newton's second law, but F is equal to ma is the extension of Newton's second law of motion. Here F is equal to m into a. M is equal to mass of the body. And A is equal to acceleration of the body. And F is equal to applied force. And from this equation, we can write the SI unit of force. F is equal to mass of the SI unit of mass is kg. SI unit of acceleration is meter per second square. Therefore, 1 kg into 1 meter per second square is called Newton. SI unit of force is Newton. 1 kg, 1 meter per second square is called Newton. Therefore, how to define 1 Newton? A force is said to be 1 Newton if it produces 1 meter per second square acceleration for a body of mass 1 kg. Very, very important question. Define 1 Newton. A force is said to be 1 Newton. It produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. 1 meter per second square in a body of mass 1 kg. Therefore, 1 Newton is equal to 1 kg into 1 meter per second square. 1 kg into 1 meter per second square is called 1 Newton. Therefore, force is said to be 1 Newton if the force produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square in a body of mass 1 kg. Therefore, 1 kg into 1 meter per second square is 1 Newton. And other in the CGS system, the unit of force is gram centimeter per second square. Therefore, 1 kg is equal to how many gram? 1000 gram. 1 Newton is equal to 1000 to convert CGS to SI system, SI system, therefore 1 kg is equal to how many grams? 1000 grams into 1 centimeter, 1 meter is equal to how many centimeter? 100 centimeter. 100 centimeter divided by second square. Therefore 1 Newton is equal to 3020. Therefore 10 to the power of 5 gram centimeter per second square. This gram centimeter per second square is also called as dyne. 1 Newton is equal to 10 to the power of 5 dyne. Therefore, in CGS system, 1 Newton is equal to how many dynes? 10 to the power of 5 dynes. 10 to the power of 5 dynes. And force is a vector quantity. This is about the Newton's second law of motion. Newton's second law of motion states that the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force and it takes place in the direction of force. Therefore, F is directly proportional to dP divided by dt. dP divided by dt is called rate of change of momentum. Therefore, to derive and apply the concept, to derive F is equal to ma like this, and force is said to be 1 Newton. How it means? Force is said to be 1 Newton if it produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square in a body of mass 1 kg. Therefore, in SI system, the SI unit of force is Newton. In CGS system, the SI unit of in CGS system unit, the force is equal to gram centimeter per second square. This gram centimeters per second square is also called as dyne. 1 Newton is equal to how many dyne? 1 Newton is equal to 10 to the power of 5 dyne. 10 to the power of 5 dyne. Okay, in the next class we continue with Newton's laws of motion. Okay, thank you students.